does that look from the tree stand? I don't know if the video comes from here, buddy. Oh, I'm clearing this out because it was too thick to hunt. Yeah. But it's thick everywhere, so it'd be hard for somebody to come in and hunt near me. I'm just clearing 30 yards the whole way around this so I could shoot with my bow. Let's go check out the waterfall. This is Buttermilk Falls. Back in the day, all the kids around town knew where Buttermilk Falls was. They'd come down here and hang out back before my day. Let's go check out the falls right over here. Get all the stickers. Watch this shit. You start accepting it or being happy with, I don't know. So a lot of people don't. I guess maybe it's not an age thing, but it's what we're doing is like, I like my life. I'm honored. I feel like it's like, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm deserving of somebody want to interview me, so my buddy Luke.
Same thing with Garrett too.
He just texted me the other day. What was he? Oh, silverware. Sent me some pictures of some old silverware. I like it now when someone sends me a message, and it used to always be, why's my fucking toilet not working? Fucking. Now they're asking me about that shit, so it's cool. I did something right.
This is one of the things that I admired about you.
Oh, jeez.
In our senior yearbooks, in the future plans, you're one of the only people I know. Garrett pointed this out to me. That you're the only person that actually said what they're going and is living out what they said.
Oh, almost.
He said collect trailer in the woods and collect Volkswagens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much sums up. I think the fucking first part was get hitched, but I never did that.
At one point you did tell me that you're going to have 3 kids with 3 different women.
I didn't say that. Wait, how old was I when I said that? I'd have to fuck up pretty bad for that to happen now.
How old were you when you had Hunter?
21. Oh, he was born January. I turned 22 in March.
So do you mind talking about
I guess
him and his birth?
I don't think. Yeah, I mean that used to be emotional for me now, but I've come full circle with everything. I just turned 15 in January now, so that's how long ago it was at this point. Can't even remember like all the exact dates and stuff, but it was January he was born. He was in the NICU until March. Came home which he was originally due in March, but he was born during January 18th. Born from March, he came home for a week, like in the middle of March, maybe the beginning of March, and then from there he was having problems and had to go back, and it was all because he was born with gastroschisis, where at his belly button his organs were on the outside.
Okay.
So everything they told us was he's going to be in the NICU for 2 weeks they put it back in when they take him early with C-section, put everything in, stitch him up, in there 2 weeks, out the door. But that's just, and there was another kid born same day or two before. That was the deal. But with Hunter, he had issues, and so then when he came home, when you go back, you can't go and do the NICU because you've been out in the world. They put you in pediatrics.
Okay.
So we're in pediatrics, and there's these nurses that work with kids that are looking at this baby that's a newborn baby. He should have never really left, I guess, in theory now. But so they made him his own room in the back of the NICU. And he was there until like May or June. I mean, I don't really, but with lots of surgeries and questions and nurses saying to me, get him to Philadelphia so that he lives, and one fucking nurse saying, basically just telling me to prepare for him to not make it. So, and then in the middle of it, Dr. Alvear, which is a great doctor, went on a mission overseas and was gone, and then we had a new doctor that was giving us totally different options on what to do with his issues. So that's pretty much. And now, all good. I think I was pretty close to my dates there. About 6 months of his life, he was in and out of the hospital, mostly in.
The rest of his childhood, any other repercussions from that?
No.
Like nothing ever?
Yeah, no.
It's just a scar and...
Yep, yeah. And
Okay.
things to keep an eye on, but
Okay.
it hasn't been an issue, and I've learned more about it where a lot of people, their lives are...
Like, is he getting more susceptible to something specific?
Nothing that we're
So I'm
supposed to,
not
no
familiar.
restrictions as far as like, you shouldn't play football or something
Okay.
that we ever told, you know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, I would imagine that his guts are not all in the right places, and you can see, I mean, even his whole life, he's probably about as normal looking now as ever. He's a thick boy, but like, he always had that belly,
Yeah.
So I don't know if like they would do an x-ray, if everything's right where it's supposed to be, or things would be a little mixed up or not, but...
Yeah, I didn't know if there
they
was
never
any
said
further checkups or whatever
Yeah.
for...
No. Yeah, not that. They may check something every time he's at the doctor. She takes him to the doctor and all that.
So you named him Hunter. Was that your decision?
Yeah. A little bit. Hunter Clement, and that was her grandfather's name, so.
Okay.
Yeah. I came up with that though. Yeah, she just agreed to it.
And now he's a hunter.
Yep, he kills stuff.
And how old's Lily now?
11.
11. Jeez.
Just turned 11 yesterday.
No shit.
Yep.
Oh.
March 26th.
Years ago, I was out of here by then.
Are you acting like you don't remember? No, I had to get a girl pregnant to get you out here.
Is that what it's like?
Yeah, like, dude, she's pregnant, she's moving in, you gotta get the fuck out.
Okay.
Otherwise, you still fucking be here. I never had anybody else live with me after that, though. Not a roommate.
What got your interest in plumbing? Was it in high school when you started doing?
Yeah, well, you know I went to Votech.
Votech, yeah.
Yeah.
So did you go to Votech specifically for plumbing?
HVAC was the course.
Okay.
And then from there, I had a co-op job senior year, and it was like, he told me I was going to do HVAC, but he's like, I'll give you $1 an hour more if you go to the plumbing side. I was like, there it was. That's $40 a week. Straight out of school, I was working 40 hours. Co-op, I was working mornings from 6 to 11. So I was making 25 hours in high school, $9 an hour, and then like, you know, get out of high school, go full time, $9.50 or something.
So where did you go full time? Did you go?
Tim Wilbur.
Tim Wilbur.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah, I vaguely remember.
I had the trucks home sometime. Tim Wilbur to Handyside. Handyside's where I was at till I was like 21, 22.
When was the point that you started really hating plumbing? Enough that you were like, fuck, I'm not doing this.
Not long after I started working for myself. I knew it wasn't forever. But I mean, so I started working for myself when I was 26. My last stop was AC Rimmer, was my last like plumbing job. And while I was there, I got to know the Carlisle inspector. He let me take my master's test without ever having a journeyman's license, which isn't the proper way that it works. But he knew I was able to, I had my journeyman's time in because he knew my resume.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I got my license while I was still working. And then it really didn't fucking matter anyway, because most places you don't even need it. But it was good to have master plumber on my business card. But by the time I was not doing it too long, I mean, I just was, it was I think it was more going through the motions and knowing that it's just a clusterfuck every day. Because I know exactly how it can go, whether it's a good day or bad day, but you just never know. One bolt breaks working on a car, same deal with plumbing, they can just start crumbling and then boom, you're working till 10 that night. The only thing that, like, when I think about the money and shit that I was making then compared to now was physically your body. You tell kids to go into trades, and I tell them to do that too, but I mean, you are going to take a toll on your body if you do that job your whole life.
Right.
And I had no interest in starting to hire guys, 3-4 guys, run a business. I never wanted to be like any of my old bosses, even with the shit that they had. So when I do a little, even when I was doing like a side job, I did the PVC in the house. I mean, I felt it so much now that I've been doing it for so long, but I also don't have the aches and shit I used to, because now I stretch. All I do every day is stretch and breathe in the morning for like 10 minutes, you know, yoga type shit, and I didn't do it today, but every day, 2 or 3 days.
Do you do a specific?
It's amazing.
Yoga thing, or?
Nope, I do a different one every time. That way I'm not trying to do, I always just look for 10-minute ones,
yeah.
But I do this one guy. I do a guy, so I'm not checking out the chick the whole time.
Yeah.
The dude's good, Sean V, because look him up if you ever want to do him, because he'll keep your attention and he'll fucking say shit that, like, when you start to fuck up, he'll be like, oh, don't forget to do this, you know, don't forget to breathe. That is, because I've watched, I mean, even some of the girls, when I do try to do ones that are different people, and he'll say funny shit in there too. It's not like he's like all, he'll give you a little bit of that yoga feel, like, you know, about preparing for your day or how much it's going to change your life and shit, you know, being stretched out. But he doesn't, yeah, and there's not like stupid music playing and shit.
Right.
Yeah, he's cool.
So when did you start loving Volkswagens?
Well, I went to Votech, hung out with all the auto mechanic kids, redneck kids. You know, they're all Ford, Chevy, whatever. And I got a Ranger, and I wrecked it before I even had my license or my permit.
Oh.
Yeah, with Hunter's Uncle Matt in there with me. He fucking smashed his head off the windshield.
Before you got your license?
16 years old. Remember, we had to wait 6 months. The kids older than us only had to wait, what? They'd get it the next day and get it.
I'm glad you said that. People don't realize, like, I guess in our state, that's when it changed. And 2 weeks later, you get your license.
Is that what it was? 2 weeks?
Half the people in class got their license, and then the other half of people had to wait.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I was in the back of that truck with fucking when Cody's mom's Taurus overheated because
I was there with you.
Yeah, remember that shit?
Yeah.
And
we were looking for something, and then all of a sudden we look. Cody is the other way around the station wagon.
Yeah. And Cornball shows up.
Yeah.
See?
And he gave us an opportunity because he went up. He was like, "I'm gonna go up, and turn around."
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm gonna go down here and turn around.
Who was all in the car? It was obviously me and you.
I was in the back. Were you in Reese's truck or were you?
I was in Reese's truck. Definitely.
Davis was with Cody for sure, but I don't remember who else was there.
I remember.
We need Davis here. He'll tell you.
Did we say that?
You fucking cut that shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's past the statute of limitations. I don't think I was along for that. Nope.
So anyway, back to Volkswagens. Fell in love with Volkswagens.
Fell in love with Volkswagens after I wrecked my Ford Ranger because I bought a piece of shit Volkswagen. A couple other kids who had them at the time. I don't know. My brother and sister both had Volkswagens though before, so I was around them when I was a kid. Like that's what my dad got them because my aunt and uncles had Volkswagen Beetles and stuff back in the day. But I got a Golf cheap, $500 after I wrecked that. So being cheap is what got me into fucking Volkswagens.
And then they're simple mechanics, right?
That's the old ones are technically. Yeah. Today's shit's just new shit, new junk.
So how many? Do you have an idea of how many Volkswagens
in my life?
Yeah.
I mean, if you start talking the ones that I just parted out and shit too, it would push. That would probably push 24. But ones I actually drove and shit would probably be half of those. So probably more than 12 though that I've actually had on the road over the years. I don't know. I have to do that math before you get back to that. I've been meaning to do that actually. I've been meaning to make a book of all. I have pictures of all of them, and I do. They're up in the attic, and I want to look and see how many I did have. Like, yep, right where we want her. Get all the stickers.
Oh yeah.
It's like hazelnut or something. What's that smell?
It's Jingle Bell Java. I got it around Christmas and they keep making it. I keep getting it. I think there's like a little maple syrup kind of tint to it, maybe? Is it too flavorful for you?
No, it's just more of a smell. It's the only way you can do it.
Yeah.
You're gonna fucking make me look like Ricky Walters and get me with like shit in my beard and my fucking
I wouldn't
shot of my feet with my fucking toes all crusty. You do gotta get a shot of everybody's feet, dude, and put it in there somewhere because that's always my favorite part. For whatever reason, when they go to someone's feet, you know what I mean?
I'm kind of scared. You're taking me to the woods with a chainsaw.
You got video.
For now.
that metal in the tree right there? It's my grandpa's tree stand. And I put another stand in it now. How's that look from the tree stand? I don't know if we'll come from here, buddy. Oh, I'm clearing this out because it was too thick to hunt. Yeah. But it's thick everywhere, so it'd be hard for somebody to come in and hunt near me. I'm just clearing 30 yards the whole way around this so I could shoot with my bow. Go check out the waterfall. This is Buttermilk Falls.
Buttermilk Falls.
Yep. Back in the day, all the kids around town knew where Buttermilk Falls was. They'd come down here and hang out. Back before my day.
Your dad's day.
Mm-hmm. Let's go check out the falls right over here.
Who in your lifetime do you think who has inspired you? Or who has motivated you? Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, it's gonna be like that Tom Brady when that kid asked him that, remember? Oh, look that shit up. Put that in a clip in here.
Okay, I will.
Dude, the kid says it's to Tom Brady. He goes, "Hey Tom." It was like they were letting kids ask him questions, and he goes, "Who's your hero?" And he goes, "Well, I think about it, my dad." And then he's like, fucking gets choked up. Tom Brady. Kid fucking got his ass, man. That was cool. You never saw that?
No.
It's a good one, man. Yeah. And that's probably about where I would have went with it too.
Yeah.
And like my grandpa and people but so many people that I look up to. Yeah. I gotta reflect on that one a little bit.
Eric Beshore plans to be an HVAC or a technician, get hitched, buy a trailer way up in the mountains somewhere, and own a lot of Volkswagens.
This is Joseph. He's 7, and he's been dying to ask you a question.
Many people say you're their hero, but who's your hero?
Who's my hero?
All right.
That's a great question. Well, I think my dad is my hero because he's the one that I look up to every day. And my dad.
Yeah, all I got is questions. I never hold no answers. Bet you sick of hearing lessons from a dude who got no handle. All I got is questions. I never hold no answers. Bet you sick of hearing lessons from a dude who got no handle. Someone save me, tell me what to do. I think I'm going crazy. Someone take these problems out of you before they go.